Wake Up MLS. We have our month 3 power rankings. You've been tuning into Wake Up MLS as the season has progressed. We have done a tier list power rankings video after each month of the 2024 season. This month, at the end of May, no different whatsoever. The only thing different about it is that we're doing this on a week where there's going to be 2 full slates of MLS matches. So a lot of action to dig into today. We're going to start with our month 3 power rankings tier list, and then towards the end, work towards our quick fire predictions for match day 17. But with all of that said, I have a great cast and crew joining me as usual on Wake Up MLS. I am joined by Hector of Insert Name FC, the Madridista and the Houston Dynamo fan. Joined by Xiaoyan from Rave Green TV. Xiaoyan, welcome in, brother. John Rivera on the show today, our resident Chicago Fire fan, and of course, Hitman Honda himself to talk about LA Galaxy. Guys, got a great tier list video. It's a shame we can't have Ednan on the video for tonight. He's dealing with some power struggles down in Austin, crazy storms that have swept through the state of Texas this week. So our prayers are with him. You know, he's going to kind of get that up and running because believe you me, he will be back to defend any takes that we have on this show about Austin FC tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'll queue up our tier list and we'll get into it. All right, lads. So as usual, the tiers are the same. They do not change, but for those at home, this is how they work from bottom to top. We have just fast forward to 2025 for the absolute dog water team so far to this point of the season. Above that, remontada potential. For those who are unfamiliar with Spanish, remontada means come back. So the opportunity for these teams to maybe make a U-turn positively moving forward. Mid as fuck, on the right track, and then the coveted playoff worthy spots, which only a few teams should make it in. I got a feeling that there's going to be maybe a couple controversial ones in there. We'll jump into it. Let's start at the beginning. Nashville SC. Before we jump into where we think Nashville's going to end up, I will remind everyone that they were on the just fast forward 2025 tier in the last video. Don't let that play into your opinions too much, but based on where they are today, which is 11th in the table, how do we see Nashville?
Same.
Still a fast forward 2025? You don't think they've improved a little bit? Maybe something
Yeah,
about that new
improved.
manager?
I mean, they did add BJ Callahan onto to be their new boss. So that's kind of I like BJ Callahan, but yeah, I think it's just still moving on to 2025.
Man, I don't know why I'm starting to feel like that's kind of harsh.
They beat the 2 Canada teams when they were down bad, so I don't know if that's anything to take away from as well too. Like, and they've just been reeling up ties. They lost to Charlotte 1-0 away from home, so I don't know. I think they'll still be right there.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, they're only like 2 points off Philadelphia. Like, I don't know where you guys rank Philly. Could they make a push to get into those playoff spots? They really could. I mean, I feel like a lot of the teams above them aren't necessarily the greatest, but I also feel like, I don't know, Nashville hasn't really shown me enough to, like, at least offensively, right? They haven't shown me enough offensively that I feel like they can get results through. And I don't know if they'll be able to get and continue to push for results, especially in those tough games where they have to really grind it out.
Yeah.
I just don't really know where the goals are going to come. So they could turn it around. Like, it could be something where new manager comes in, new philosophy, just injects something different into the team. But I don't know. They're in just one of the. I feel like they're right in between either both.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion. I don't know where you guys are going to end up putting it, but.
Yeah, they're 2 points out of these wild card playoff spots, which again you can feel that whatever way you want to about wild card, right? But at the end of the day, like, a lot of season left. Maybe BJ helps turn some things around. I don't know, man. I see potential. But again, I'm also one of the few on this show who stuck up for Nashville at the beginning of the season because they've been like a pretty decent team in their short time in MLS. So I don't know. I feel like there's some potential here, but we'll go with the majority. So how do you guys see it? I know Xiaoyan wants to leave them down there. John, remontada potential, or
I could care less either or. I don't really care too much about Nashville. If as a collective unit we want to say just fast forward to 2025, I'm okay with that. But I could see it.
Is it right now still like top of fast forward to 2025?
Yeah, probably. I would do that. I would do that.
Okay.
You have to see these upcoming games as well too. I'd have to.
But yeah, they got Cincy coming up, which is not going to be an easy game. But if they show out, and that's the thing, right? If they show up against if they show up against number 2 and clearly one of the top dogs in the East, Cincinnati, maybe
they could. Maybe. Like I said, there's room for improvement, but it's very there's a lot of variables, and it depends on a lot of things that I don't feel like they really have right now. So
All right.
who knows? Maybe in the summer they can help themselves out a little bit. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Nashville fans feel about this. In the comments, guys, let us know down below. I think, Nashville fans I see on the timeline are very pessimistic about the outlook for the season. But I understand why they're there. But hey, man, a couple good results, maybe a big result against Cincy. You never really know. I'm down to leave him here.
I will say, like, where they're adding BJ Callahan at this time, I think it's still plenty of time for them to turn around. And I get the at least the argument for remontada potential, but I don't know if how much things there are needed to get that remontada, if that makes more sense.
Yeah.
BJ Callahan there's definitely a lot of potential with that as their manager, but I don't know if that's necessarily a right now we're bouncing back, or more so let's go on to 2025. And I think that's where we'll see Nashville be back into the mix.
Yeah, to be determined. And they are still moving up technically, right? Because in that tier, we had them like third in the last episode. So, hey, progression, I guess you could say. We'll leave them here. That's fine with me. I'm not going to bow to the nail for Nashville. All right, let's move on then. Colorado. How do we feel about the Rapids, who are now sitting in 6th in the West, 22 points, right in between Austin FC in 5th and Vancouver in 7th?
Mid as fuck.
Which actually is not a bad thing. I mean, when you really think about it, this is where they were last time, but they, were kind of sitting in the middle. They were actually, but we had them behind Philly in the last tier list. Kind of wild.
I'll tell you why they're mid though. It's the irregularity that they show. They're not very consistent with their performances. They can have a game where they play terrible, and they have another game where they turn it around, and they show that all the signings that they made in the winter and everyone that they brought in was worth it. So it's very like up and down. There's not much consistency to put them on the right track. They're right smack in the middle of the West, so it's not like it's they're not too far out. I wouldn't say it's really harsh. I think it's fair.
Last 5 are win, loss, draw. That is literally their last 5 results.
It's literally just up and down for them. And I think if they could get that up and down and start turning it into, all the results that they're drawing, if they can flip those and get a couple wins in between those, then they'd be on the right track. But I think for now they're good where they're at.
All right. Anybody disagree, or can we move on?
No,
Move on.
I agree.
All right, let's do it. Chicago, probably the one we're most consensus about.
Put that shit at the bottom. Make sure you put that at the end.
I tried defending them before.
Make sure we put that at the end. There's
Yeah.
a lot of other clubs.
A lot of other clubs. Yeah.
But put them at the end.
Man, it's so.
There may be
crazy.
one contending for it, but you know what?
No, they're not. No, put that shit at the end. I'm gonna tell you why.
What I'm excited to see before we move on, because yes, this will be very quick. What I'm excited to see is what happens in the summer if they do end up buying out Shaqiri and moving on. Because we can all agree that guy does just. Frankly, no team should be built around that man whatsoever. And the amount of money he's being paid would give Chicago some real resources.
I just feel like his lack of want to be there is what really affects everyone else around him. We don't really. I guess we don't really
like him. Does he even?
No. I don't know. I wouldn't question his love for the game because you see it with the national team. But you see it with the national team though. He has enough care to want to perform at the national team level.
Well, it kind of makes
sense. I bet you he'll perform fantastic at the Euros. Just watch it happen because
it's amazing that he's being called up. Does Switzerland have nobody else, bro?
Yeah.
No other players they can call up. Like how did he make it?
But if you think about it, it's like one of those like Gio Dos Santos situations, right? Where there's players that are out there that are more national team players than they are club players, and you can tell. Shaqiri is one of those players. Whenever it comes to big tournaments, World Cups, anything like that, he shows up. He'll score goals. But whenever it comes to club level, he hasn't really shown that he could really be that guy. He was a complimentary piece to a lot of the teams that he was playing with in Europe. Even here, he hasn't really tried to be the guy. I don't think he's really ever cared that much. But you can tell that kind of shit it's contagious to everyone else in the team. And I don't think that it's good for everyone else to be around something like that. I think especially with some of the younger players that we have that are coming up, it's more beneficial if he's not there than if he is there, because it's bad tendencies that he's even showing when he's walking around the pitch, getting upset, flailing his arms out because they missed a pass to him or something like that. So there's a lot of stuff like that where if he were to depart, I don't think a lot of Fire fans, especially myself, I don't think we would be that upset about it because given the amount of money that we paid this guy and we're going to pay this guy if we do buy him out, it'll give us a little bit of breathing room in terms of looking at other pieces that'll more than likely want to be here and want to contribute to this team, and maybe we can find something to turn it around. But I think for this team to get it right, it's more than just a managerial problem. It's more than just a a sporting director problem. It's a little bit more than that. The club as a whole, the structure that we've kind of tried to plug in and play different players, different managers, it just hasn't worked. So I feel like there's a cleanup that needs to be done within the roster, and within the coaching staff as well as the people up in the board. Like everybody plays a part into why this team hasn't been successful in the last couple of years. But until those things get fixed, I think we'll be where we're at. There's not going to be anything that we can really do that we bring in a player and it's going to change everything. It's just not going to work like that. So we have a lot of work to do. And I think if we look forward into next year and take this year as kind of as a year where we're building up on some of our younger players and trying to bring in a couple of younger pieces that could probably help this roster a lot more, like into some U22 slots that we have, and kind of just move forward that way. I think we'd be looking good and good for 2025. Is just my opinion.
Yeah, it was crazy. The first team in the list to move backwards. And then in the month two, for those who not tuned in, first off, go check that out. Go to our channels, pause this video, go watch the month two power rankings. We had Chicago at the top of this tier list, of this tier specifically. They were ahead of Seattle. I don't know how Cheyenne feels about that, but they've since moved down a little bit. So we'll leave that one there. I think we keep it there. I agree wholeheartedly. Let's move on to Austin. We had them on the right track in the previous video.
I think they're just mid. I think they're just mid.
So what? Hold on. This is good. Why would you? What in your mind would cause them to move backwards, considering the last month of results?
I already had them in mid last time. I'm not saying they moved backwards. I think they're still on the same pace, but I never thought they were on the right track. Like Austin's a team this season that have surprised me in certain aspects, have won games I didn't necessarily expect, but then they like defensively, they're so questionable. Sometimes offensively, they can be questionable sometimes outside of Derussy. And it's like, they're just an okay team. They could have a good game. They could have a bad game. That's kind of just what makes them like kind of same thing with Colorado.
Yeah, I think the different problem than Colorado too. Colorado, I think, is still figuring things out, and by the end of the season, we'll see what that team kind of looks like, because it is a lot of pieces. But with Austin, and some of the new pieces they brought in actually have surprised me and exceeded expectations. But I have this theory around Austin that no matter who they bring in, Driussi is the centerpiece. If they lose him, or if he's off form, whatever it may be, right? I see what Xiaoyan's saying a little bit. Like they look very lackluster when Driussi's not on and being the savior for them. I think I heard BWP on MLS. It might have been Wrap Up. I can't remember what show it was on Apple TV, but he was talking about this specifically. Like if Driussi, for whatever reason, has a knock somewhere down the road or just isn't in form, we're probably going to see Austin struggle a little bit. Now, we haven't seen that yet. Right now, they're top 5. They're 6 points off of Real Salt Lake at the top. So depending on how June goes for them, they could move even closer to that mark. Before this weekend's results, they were top 3. So, to put them in mid with Colorado,
I think they're on the same par as Colorado. That's just my take.
I think they're higher than Colorado. I see where you're going with it, though. I don't disagree.
Sure, I don't think they're like they're higher than Colorado, but like
there's a point difference.
Yeah. No, but I don't disagree with them. I think that if you for the teams that we're looking at for being on the right track, they have to have a little bit of everything, right? Consistency with results. Not a lot of questions in terms of where you're getting the goals from, right? Or how are you doing defensively? Like I think a lot of it has to do and play into where we're kind of placing these teams. So there's not a knock at Austin because I feel like within this past month they've been doing the right things. But I honestly think that it's more of a stretch of just a good run of form rather than them being on the right track. Because they just bought out I'm drawing a blank on his name. What's his name?
Rigoni.
Right? So they lost a piece there. So I don't know if that's necessarily being on the right track. Maybe Austin fans would disagree with me and say that that's a kind of a relief for them because it allows them to bring in another player that is going to provide them more. And that might be the case. But I think that for right now, I think that it's not, I don't want to call it necessarily a lucky run of form, but I feel like there has to be a little bit more to put yourself up above on the right track. And I just don't know if they're fully there yet. Could they be at the top of the mid? Probably. But I just don't. I feel like there's going to be you need a little bit more to be put in that category. So that's just my opinion.
It's only been one loss versus FC Dallas.
I think with Austin, and I've said it, I think they've proven to be really good about punching a little bit above their weight class at certain matches. And also one of the things that we all know when it comes to MLS, It's the teams that know how to win in different ways. And I mean, they've won pretty, they've won ugly. And I mean, do I think that they're a playoff worthy? No. But I would say that if they're in the playoffs, could they be a sneaky dark horse team? I think that if they keep this form, obviously I think what John says is right. That it's hard to like I get why Austin's all excited about how this team has been playing because of the form that they've had, which when they started this season, and then this is where Xiaoyang was kind of questioning from last time we did the rankings was how can you go from I don't even know we can field the practice squad to now we're on the right track to the MLS Cup.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
fair.
saying.
That's what I mean.
That's a fair point.
I feel like give them another month if they keep this run up. Fair point. On
Yeah.
the right track. I don't
Okay,
think anyone would disagree with that. But I just need that little bit of more run of consistency for me to fully believe that they're on the right track. You know what I mean? I just need to see that a little bit more.
That's fair.
You want to see more convincing wins? Is that what?
Yeah, no, not convincing wins, just more results like this. If they can keep this up and prove that they can continue getting the points, fighting out for the wins, getting these results, edging them out. If they can keep proving that, I feel like they're on the right track. Because obviously the summer's coming up.
I'll agree with what I'll agree with what Honda said. I think personally, I need to see just maybe a few more convincing wins. Biggest reason why is because they took an L to FC Dallas, right? Which FC Dallas right now, without some of their key players, is not that good. And then you look at the draw to Whitecaps at BC Place. I saw so many Austin fans feel like that 1 point felt like a win because of how much Vancouver dominated. And then they barely beat a toothless up front Houston 1-0. They beat last place Sporting Kansas City team 3-2 at home. And then they draw to the Quakes in Cali. So yeah, I think I kind of just need to see more convincing wins.
That's what I mean. It's kind of similar to Colorado.
Colorado.
And also just me being petty, but I kept saying if Austin didn't beat the Dynamo just lost the game. Like
okay, fair enough. All right, we'll leave it here. And look, if you're watching this, bro, whenever it comes out, I try to stick up for Austin a little bit, bro. But at the end of the day, they make very compelling points. I think
I said something nice. Hey,
listen, I wasn't rude. I was right there. I was just being honest. I just asked for a little more.
It's Austin against the world, guys. Don't worry about
it. If anything, Xiaoyang was the only one to shit on him. So at the end of the day, I think
I didn't even shit on him. I wasn't being it.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. I think it was a very, very real take, and I think it makes sense. So I'm going to keep them there. We can always move things around. All right, DC United. They are, I would say,
Remontada potential.
I say they haven't had a terrible start, so I think they're actually just a mid team right now at the moment.
That works for me.
That's how I would put them. Like they're ninth, ninth place.
Oh yeah, they tied against Chicago. Never mind. You know what? Yeah.
Back end of mid, they tied against Chicago. I call it that's the point where you're
that's
like,
the bar. That's the bar.
I mean, put us right at the bar. Can be hot and cold sometimes, man. That's like the only thing. If they could be consistently great on the attack, this team could be worth talking about. But yeah, they're hot and cold. I think that's just the best way to describe a mid team.
Yeah. But I feel like that's what we're going to see with a lot of the teams here, though. In this category, it's just going to be a lot of those teams where they're very up and down. They're not very consistent, and I feel like there's a lot of teams in this league that are there. But
yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. I don't think we need to say anything more about DC. But with Vancouver, as Xiaoyang's alluding to.
On the right track.
Are they? I mean,
yes.
They're seventh place.
Backwards, bro.
Yeah, I feel like
they had a better start to the season.
They definitely have dipped from last time.
I still think they're on the right track. It's okay. Everyone goes through dips. They'll bounce back.
Are you saying this because the Sounders drew against them 2 weeks ago?
No. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what they've literally gotten worse as the season's gone on.
No, I'm just interested to know where
they haven't won in May.
Yeah,
they haven't won.
And we had them on the right track in the last video too, which is crazy.
What positive things have you seen this month that keep them there?
I think they're still on the right path.
Oh my god!
But
you can't even say it, bro.
You can be on the path and still be mid.
What's your reasoning though?
Because they still picked up points in games that I didn't think they were gonna play well in.
Let's verify.
But look at their recent games
versus Seattle and Austin.
Who have they played? Hold on.
Yeah, they lost to LAFC. They lost to the Rapids. They lost to Inter Miami, which Inter Miami is like fair enough. I will say this though, I called it last week on that game. That whole no Messi, no party bullshit. That agenda dies now.
You said they were gonna slap them up, but they didn't.
3-0. Okay, I still, bro. They came back.
That is pretty close.
He did ease down on the score line.
Hey, bro, no mess, no party. That agenda dies now. Inter Miami
Okay,
is
then
a
put
good
Vancouver
team.
top of mid. I still
mean,
think they're on the right
Vancouver
track. They just had a tough stretch of games. They still got a few points out of it. I still think they're on the right track.
I don't think we can put them ahead of
Yeah,
Austin.
I can't put them on
We
top.
can't put
Yeah,
them ahead of
yeah,
Austin
no.
or Colorado
No.
if that's a
Actually,
problem.
true.
I just think
Bro,
Colorado's ahead.
true. You
Colorado's
cannot put them
ahead
ahead
of
of Colorado.
I'll
Yeah.
beat Vancouver this month, so I don't know.
Yeah. That's right now. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th. They're right here in the mid category, which I'm fine with. I think it makes sense. It's just that we can't put them at the top.
So yeah, within this month, the draw to Austin.
I just see more
lost
potential with
LAFC.
Vancouver than I see with Austin and Colorado. That's just me, though.
You can see potential, but they're currently right now a mid team.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they lost.
Hey, June
their
1st,
last-
they face each other, Colorado and Vancouver. There we
There
go.
you go.
Listen,
There
they
you
had
go.
to go on. They had to go through on away goals in the Canadian Championship.
That has
Which
no
I don't want to
relevance
talk
to
shit
this.
about the Great White North, Canada's championship.
Yeah, I'm not
whatever,
talking shit.
whatever,
I'm just
right?
saying. I'm just saying.
Wake up,
They're that
MLS.
great. There's no way you go through on away goals, especially the team that's not in the MLS. Come on.
Fair. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Liga MX that the higher seed just advances on that.
Is Chicago still? Wait. Is Chicago still in the Open Cup?
No, we got eliminated.
Oh yeah. So I don't know why you're talking shit about Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
All I'm saying is they didn't win
Okay,
that game
Chicago
this
didn't
month.
play an MLS team either.
Listen, but they didn't win this month. That's the point. They haven't won this month. That's the whole
true.
point.
That's a huge.
So the point where
element.
you're saying that they're on the right track is mute.
They
We're
had
talking
a
about
tough
where
stretch.
they are
because in
They
terms
had
of
a
this one, they
really
haven't
tough.
done anything.
They had a really tough stretch of games. It happens. I still see the vision for them.
Well,
to
if
make
you're
play-
on the right track, you should be able to handle those rough stretch of games.
Okay,
They
listen.
did.
not
They
wrong.
did somewhat. They did somewhat. But
No, they had 3 of the 5 games they had in May. 3 of them were mid. In fact, 2 of them are right here, bro. Austin and Colorado. The other one we'll get to. We'll get to.
Seattle,
But,
Colorado, and Austin.
we'll continue. We'll continue. I'm not gonna argue anymore.
all right, fair enough.
All
We'll
right,
leave it there for right
moving on.
now. We'll see where it goes. Revs.
Just fast forward.
Are they
Yeah,
are they
Just
worse than
on top
Chicago?
of Chicago
Yeah, they
because
are.
they beat
Yeah.
them.
No, they're above
No.
Chicago.
I
They're
don't
both
know.
They're behind
bro.
us, bro. They're behind us in the
They're
table.
literally
Like,
behind them in the standings, and there's not a single
they're both
statistic
even.
that they
They're
beat
both
them in.
even.
They beat them away.
They're
That's
both-
all I'm saying.
They're
That's
both
all I'm
looking
saying
at
is New England.
2025.
New England did beat Chicago.
But it's 1-1 this season. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
Chicago beat them once too.
Yeah, but
Oh,
which
you know
one was
what?
the
Yeah,
more
you know
recent
what?
game?
It doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
Chicago winning.
Yeah, it honestly, bro.
You know
if
what?
it's
I'll give
split
it
on
to
head to head,
Chicago.
I'm gonna go with whoever's just when it comes to dog shit teams. I'm gonna go with whoever's higher than
Oh,
the
shit,
table.
teams.
I just want to. I want to see
Chicago.
John's team on the bottom, so I want Chicago on
He's
the bottom.
got the agenda now.
Wait,
I
why?
Yeah.
don't
What's
want to
the
see
agenda
one
now?
team on the
What's the
bottom. I want to
agenda?
see New England on the bottom. So we'll leave it like that.
Yeah,
It's okay. Just leave it. It's okay.
I'm gonna keep the Revs there. I'm gonna keep the Revs there. All right, St. Louis City SC. Man, how the mighty have
Horrendously down
fallen,
bad.
bro.
Go back to when I got so much shit when I said they were gonna have a sophomore slump.
I don't know from who. I was right there with you, but I think I saw sophomore slump, but I didn't think,
It was gonna be this bad too. I agree.
or at least
I saw,
this
a
early.
slump, I saw a slump coming, but not a fall off.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know.
Straight
what
up jumping
happened.
off a cliff.
City Park's not even a fortress anymore. Like they literally can't. I don't know what it is. They can't score. Like
I
they
can't
can-
believe Seattle even came out and won that. They played so bad, Sounders, and like
Hey,
St. Louis.
Jordan Morris though.
Fuck off.
I was gonna text you about that too. I was like, "Hey, your boy's out here, bro. He's out here."
I think that's gonna be a theme. The only team they beat was Chicago again.
I know, and they look good. And our boy Riley was in
Hey,
there, bro.
They
he
won the
vibing.
rivalry. They won the rivalry.
They
That's what matters.
did.
That Midwest
Oh,
rivalry, that epic, that's all those.
I
Stories
think-
from that rivalry.
I don't know, man. I guess below Nashville, above Chicago.
Ooh, that man.
Hold on, let me ask you this: Is there? I think they're planning to make some signings. Is there any opportunity for St. Louis to turn it around?
Maybe.
That's what I mean.
By the way,
They'll
they're
have-
not getting
they-
Royce.
they'll have-
They've already
they
backed
still
out
have
of that.
core players.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They won't get Royce, but they may go out. I feel like they on
And with
paper,
and Leuven returning too, we can't forget that's a huge
Yeah.
piece for them.
that's a massive piece, actually. Yeah.
I
So
would put them in remontada just because I don't.
Wow,
think
that's crazy. I just don't know based off of their form and how they played, how we can put them. I get it, like they do have it, but like if we're basing off the same kind of factors as the Whitecaps, they had a terrible month.
tell you what, they play FC Dallas here pretty soon, and if Dallas win that game, as shitty as they've been this season, if Dallas win that game, then I'm right there with you, Xiaoyan. I think you just fast forward 2025. You're a St. Louis City
Okay,
fan.
I think give
I'm
them
cool
another
with this. I'm fine with it.
Give
Yeah.
him another month. Give him another.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think month
because we only
4.
brought Vancouver down by 1, right? St.
Yeah,
Louis was
yeah,
also
we'll
down by 1.
So yeah, same thing. They were mid last. I think we dropped them down 1, and I'm cool with that. Philadelphia was in our mid category last one.
Still mid.
Still mid.
But where in mid?
I'm giving
Above
you credit
DC?
right there by keeping
maybe
them in
slightly above DC, below DC. Don't matter. It's around there.
Yeah, they're around there.
Those are the two wild card teams in the East right now, as it stands.
I want to talk about this team next.
Wait,
Remontada potential.
Now, to
already?
be fair,
I think you have to give it to
bringing
them.
it back.
They've had a crazy good month.
They've been scoring a lot. They've been scoring a lot.
They've been
2 wins,
crazy.
2 L's, and a draw is what that month looks like.
That's not too shabby.
This is
Because
coming
their
from a guy
standard
fan.
was like
They're
down to
Remontada
fucking
potential.
here. I
So?
can't even touch my floor.
I mean,
bro.
put them on top of 2025.
I don't know. I kind of
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
Remontada potential for San Jose.
Fair enough.
On top
I mean,
of
because
2025.
hold on, if we put Remontada out,
Yeah, I
you're
won't
saying they're at
argue,
St.
but you
Louis
know
level
what?
right now.
Yeah.
I'd say they're better than St. Louis. That's my opinion.
Holy shit!
Oh
Okay,
my god.
that's all. That's a. I'm
I
not
want to
gonna
go that
lie,
far,
bro.
but
That's
Okay,
not
but
a wild
they did
accusation.
beat LAFC. They did beat LAFC.
Dude,
That's
they didn't
kinda
even just-
weird.
they
weird
clapped
game.
They did
LAFC.
clap them though, and they beat Colorado. So
Away,
to
Colorado,
Orlando
on
at
the road.
home.
Too,
Colorado's
on the
in
road,
mid.
too.
Maybe knock them up just a little bit. Give them that little bit of hope.
Fuck it, I'll throw them in
Give them that little bit
Yes!
of hope.
bottom of
Yeah,
Remontada.
bottom. We can't
Hey,
go
I
crazy.
mean,
We
they
can't go
do have
crazy.
Maradona's nephew.
Yeah,
Hey, listen,
hey,
but
they
then
got,
again, I
they got
said
that
Remontada, so
Maradona
I'm not
ice in their
thinking
Some
about
veins.
vibes there, maybe. I don't know.
Has he
know.
even played yet? Has he
I
even
have no
played?
idea.
Yeah, I don't know. But maybe they don't need him to. Maybe it's just the vibes. You know, they rub his
It's his
head
aura.
before they go
It's
out
his
there. You know
aura.
what I
His
mean? Like, I
aura,
don't
the
know.
aura. It's
Yeah,
coming
the
through
aura.
locker.
You know, he just
They just
transfers
feel
it.
the cocaine in his veins, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Injected in our veins.
Yeah, different mean to inject it in the veins. All right, well, I'm down. This is actually a good take, a good spicy take for the show. We'll leave the Quakes right there behind St. Louis City SC. I'd be really curious to hear what the All for City fans have to say about that one. Let us know in the comments down below.
Musaka.
Yeah,
Musaka
bro.
coming.
Musa is yeah, he's kind of been upset with how his team's been playing, so I'm sure this wouldn't make him feel the happiest in the world. All right, Montreal.
Hey, fast forward.
Bro,
Fast
Jesus,
forward to
man.
What a
2025.
fall off.
For real, worse than
Heavy
Vancouver,
fall.
man. One of the best
John
away
told
teams.
us, and we didn't believe him. But you know what?
No. We're
Right
not doing
now.
that.
No,
There's a
we're
lot
not
of
giving
things
John
plaguing
the credit.
Montreal right now. A lot of things plaguing Montreal. There's a ton of injuries too.
I won't say I necessarily called it. I'm just saying.
Don't
that-
say you
He
called
was-
it.
he was
Clapped up
salty.
by
He was salty.
Nashville,
He was
I'm not
salty.
even saying all that. I'm
Don't
just
say
gonna
it.
say that
Clapped
I
up by
wasn't as
Columbus.
high on them as you guys were. They're above us. They're probably they can stay behind Nashville, but not. Again, I don't want to take it as hate because a lot of people think that I just don't like Montreal. I don't have anything against.
I think you
Montreal.
have beef with Montreal.
No,
It's
I
because
do
he was
not.
almost a fan, then he didn't become a fan, and he's bitter about it to this day.
It's not even.
It's so crazy just considering how many good teams they beat in like the first 5 or 6 games on the road. Like it was just
Simon
like, oh
just said
shit.
they looked really good too.
Yeah. Control
but-
games, like it was really weird. And
But that's the
I don't
nature
know.
of this league. No, like there's a lot of teams that start off really well,
And maybe
then
because of
they
the
have-
pressure of now having to play at home and things like that, it might have built up because before they were the underdogs, they had no pressure on their shoulders. They could go out and do what they have to do, but now
Yeah, I don't. It could be new manager bounce too. They had a new this Courtois guy, this new manager to kick off the season. Maybe it was some of
Courtois?
that. Not yeah. Maybe some of that, right, to kick it off, and then now it's kind of died off a little bit. I don't know, man. But and I know they're working through injury stuff as well. So I'll give Montreal fans credit, but yeah, man, it's right now it's really rough, like really rough. I mean, they didn't win any game in May. They drew the last one against Nashville 0-0. So you know that was a snooze fest. All right, Hector, talk to me, bro. Houston, coming off a weird month, considering how you guys started. I mean, it's just a lot of ups and downs. I mean, is this just a mid team right now?
I mean, there's a clear issue, and it's obviously up front. I personally would probably put them on top of them on top potential just because of the fact that
yes, I agree.
there's not really a clear answer up top.
Right.
And until that gets addressed, I think that it's gonna be a lot of games like this for Dynamo where they have a good defensive performance and then it just falls off, and then Ben Olsen wants to point his finger at Ricky Puig for some weird
That's
reason.
so weird.
Bro, that was crazy, by the way. I don't know what happened. I didn't really watch a ton of that game. I don't know
what
happened.
Puig did, but I know he was. I know he. The logic
must have
was
done
he was
something.
furious at the refs for calling the game when the Dynamo were allegedly in an attacking position. But I mean, I don't even know what an attacking position looks like at this point.
Yeah, bro, that's fair. That's fair.
But
Bro, maybe he was just yapping, you know, and like Ben Olsen said, "Fuck this! This dude's like fucking 5'6". There's no way he's gonna start yapping while I'm out here." I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, I mean, but right now the pressure is on for Pat Onstad to get a striker. I don't know what's going to need to be done, if they're going to have to try to offload Sebastian Ferreira because he's not playing. And
Why is that?
Yeah, why?
KFC.
You want like the full story or like somewhat?
The short story, if that's an
Short-
option.
He ate KFC.
He ate KFC.
Man, went against the
a weird thing,
nutritionist regimen, you know. So
Is that
So
why?
he just ate fast food.
All right.
loyalty to the colonels is
All
what
right.
happened.
So last year, when they loaned him over to Brazil, when they were in Mexico for preseason, while everybody was following the diets from the nutrition staff, Sebastian Ferrer said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna bring KFC from Mexico," and ate it right in front of Pat Onstad. And ever since
So
then,
just like a
he's
big
been-
fuck you.
ever
Yeah.
since then, he's been on Pat Onstad's shit list. Ben
So that's
doesn't
why he's not
particularly-
playing.
Plus, he came into that season slightly overweight. He was very slow in training. Yeah, a lot of accumulation of things. Obviously, he's yelled at Ben Olsen a few times when he gets subbed off, and then that's why he got sent to Brazil. They came back hoping that he was going to be good, but I think it's just been injuries for Sebastian Ferreira right now.
Yeah, it's been tough
Y'all
for
want
Houston,
Miguel
man.
Berry? Y'all want Miguel Berry?
Miguel Berry.
Man.
Dude, Miguel Berry has scored.
True.
Exactly.
True.
That's right.
Already bet.
Maybe
That's a
what-
plus right there.
That's a plus for them.
Hey, y'all want
Looking
Gutiérrez?
pretty good right now.
Hey, we'll give you Gutiérrez. We'll give you just send some midfield help. We need some midfield help. That's what we need.
I mean, at this point, all the Dynamo has been doing has been signing midfielders.
Bro, I'm surprised Houston didn't try and claim Rigoni off waivers. I think that would have been
No,
somewhat
that's an.
interesting.
I don't fucking rate
Mm.
Rigoni.
I don't rate him either, but I think like with how much, and it's crazy to me that Aliyu gets hate because I feel like he's still putting in a good amount of work on the wing, right? It's just not his.
Yeah, but he's also missing clear and obvious goals.
Yes, I see that, but it's like
I'll give you Jordan Morris. Take it or leave it.
the
I
recently
wouldn't be
scoring
against
and
that
informed
one.
Jordan Morris.
Dude, fuck off.
I wouldn't be against that one. I just need a big person up front and just
Dude, 10th Yakumakis away from the Cruz Azul, vibes.
Oh,
and
that's
the aura.
crazy,
Dude,
bro.
all of our teams would
Yeah,
fucking
that's
take
crazy.
Yakumakis.
Everyone would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for Atlanta because they're ready to let him go, I guess. Well, he's ready to leave.
Really?
So
No, apparently
Yeah,
he's not
no, you know
wanting
what,
to
he'd
leave.
be-
Like
yeah.
seeing Twitter about this, like it's like such different like information about that whole thing.
yeah, I don't know.
You
I
want
don't
to
blame
be a
him though, bro. To be
4-4-2.
honest, I don't blame him. What'd you say, Honda?
I was like, would I take him? Yes, because a 4-4-2, Yakumakis and Jovic up top. Just imagine the duo.
It'd be insane, bro. It'd be insane. Or imagine Jovic and Miguel Berry. Whoo, man.
That one
Fire,
is trash.
bro.
That one is
Fire.
trash.
All right, let's move on to
right.
NYCFC, bro. These guys are some dogs now. I think we have
They're on
to
the right
put them
track.
by
We're on the
far
right track. We're
On the right track is a huge jump, though.
bro.
No,
but they've made a
they-
massive
They were in mid.
jump.
They were
They
in mid
made
last
leaps
year.
and bounds.
put them in mid last
Yeah, they were mid.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Yeah.
third, aren't they?
I thought we put him in
no, they were
Remontada
remontada. They
No.
were remontada last one.
I was
last one.
gonna
Were they in
say,
Remontada?
Yeah, remontada potential. So
Yeah,
but
big.
I don't think they're
but,
mid
bro,
though. They
20. Yeah, they're
turn
not
that shit
mid.
around.
26 points coming on 4 straight wins. And
Bro, we
man,
moved Austin 3 tiers. What's this, man?
okay, I
That's
didn't move. It was
true,
just
true.
Hernan moved him 3 tiers.
Turn on moved.
fair, bro. Fair. I'm just saying, man. Like it's possible. Like NYCFC. Right, there are straight vibes right now. City Group football just
Okay,
all over the board.
that's
looking good.
fine if we want to do that.
Yeah, man.
Savio going to NYCFC during the offseason.
Take him over the top, bro. Take him over the top. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy right now. NYCFC looking good. At least better than we all kind of saw at the start of the season. So I don't know, man.
Hey, I mean, who's not going to be competing in the Euros this year? Erling Haaland. Ever heard of him?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Uh,
I don't know, man. I think it's wild to see that they're 8-2-5, 26 points. I mean, only behind Miami and Cincy. I think they look really good.
the only loss this month was versus Colorado, but the rest,
Yeah.
win.
And that was a
win.
weird one. I will say that was like a weird one. It was also at home. It was pouring down rain.
That was
baseball
more of a
field-
Colorado result than New
Yeah.
York City result.
I agree, but they went out and beat Toronto on the road. They beat Philly on the road. They beat the Red Bulls at home, but that's
That
still
was a
again
big win.
cross state rivalry, huge win.
That was a big
And then they beat. I mean, the Revs on the road. It is what it is. But I don't know, man. I feel like just straight vibes right now out there. So we'll keep them there for
They're
now.
performing well. If they keep this up, maybe they can make a push. I don't know.
Yeah, you never
That
know, man.
category out there looks kind of good.
2021 NYCFC, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Charlotte FC, Dean Smith's lads. 7th right now in the East. I mean,
mid.
we have they're above Philly right now, so I'm down to put them.
I'd put him below DC though. I don't know. I don't see the.
Whoa, nah, man.
It's 3 wins, 2 draws. I don't think
One of them was against Chicago. Come on now.
fair.
Let's be
they
serious.
drew against Galaxy, and Galaxy
They
was
did draw
down
against
in,
Galaxy, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
for
and
the bounces now.
they beat the Fire.
We-
They beat.
we
put 'em
Nashville,
right
they beat
in-
Portland.
I'm
we
not
put 'em
convinced
right in
by
the middle?
Charlotte. I'm not convinced by Charlotte. That's
I'm right there with you. They're mid. I just think like
Mid. Yeah,
you
I'm
got to
still
respect
going
the
mid,
points
but
they have on the table a little
Okay,
bit.
then do what you guys got to do.
All right, where would you put them?
I just personally rate DC higher than Charlotte. That's just me though. But again, I understand the points thing. This isn't based
Have they
off
played each
of-
other already this season? Is there a head-to-head here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me see.
I think.
Google
I
it. Google
I think
it.
if they
Well,
have,
Charlotte and Philly played this month and they drew. So
yeah, they drew no. I remember that game. But,
yeah,
like,
I'm not seeing the. Yeah, I'm not seeing. the
no,
results
they
right
have
now.
not played.
so
they
we'll
have
have
not
to
played.
find that out, right? But I think at the end of the day,
Oh, they played this upcoming month. They played a couple weeks.
yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be a very telling matchup. I think
When-
look,
when
I see what
Temple
Xiaoyan's saying. Like I feel like
Caps Dean Smith to the Shadow Realm.
hey, right now, I mean, you can argue he's got Charlotte above, surpassing expectations based on
punching
how
weight.
much
They're punching above
this
their weight.
show specifically shit on Dean Smith
Sure.
when he came into the season. So
Don't say this show specifically. Say the people that said it, and I was one of those people.
I said it.
there are multiple of you guys said it, and I think I
The
was
three
one
on
of
the
the few.
bottom. We've said it.
Yeah,
We said it. Us
Yeah.
brown guys, we said
Full
it.
test.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
that's literally the whole panel today, Xiaoyan. I don't know what you see on your screen today, but that's literally everybody, bro.
I don't see color. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just said
You
brown.
literally put brown in front of it. So I don't see color. All right, brother. All right.
At least
Well,
AJ thinks we all look alike.
That was a wild episode. That was crazy, bro. That was a crazy episode. Man, what episode was that? That episode was
I don't
vibes.
even
to be
remember.
honest.
I don't
even
know.
remember.
That's
That was the
Yeah.
last time we were all together.
hilarious.
Yeah, bro. That might have been like
Been a
month one power rankings. That was
Yeah.
guys. I'm telling you, go to the channel, check these episodes out, man. Some gems hidden in there. All right. We'll
That's why AJ's never returned since then.
he
He's
hasn't
had one. He's had one.
No,
Yeah,
he
he's come
came back for the first summer he used Hotlanta.
The first
Yeah.
Atlanta one, bro.
And he was so mad at Hector, he hasn't returned since. But we'll see him again very soon. Although I will say, I'm sure AJ's not itching to return, man. Atlanta is in a really weird spot. We'll talk about him.
Hey, all I'm saying is my team is down bad and I'm still here. I still
Fair.
We get-
Facts, bro.
We get it,
Facts.
John. Chicago's down bad. We get it.
Hey,
That's
so
why
are
they should
you.
be-
Don't worry. We'll
Seattle's not
get
doing
to
much
it.
better.
We'll get to your team soon.
That's
And
that.
neither is my team. Neither is my team. We'll tee them
We'll
up
get
right
to
now.
this team, but I think
FC Dallas, boys. FC Dallas.
Remontada potential.
Yeah, I think they're still there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God! In epic and only FC Dallas fashion, see the number one team in the Western Conference to be winning
Oh my
3-0 at
God.
home, and to fucking lose 3-0.
I was thinking of you that whole
Or, I'm sorry,
time. Jose.
sorry, tie 3-3. I was just like, it felt like a 3-0 loss. Like to see 3 consecutive goals scored like that, and the last one in the 8th minute of stoppage time, bro. Oh my God,
Bro,
man.
they're just dogs.
They are. I will give them credit, but it's just like, bro, and I'm not gonna lie, man. The Texas Heat, it did fuck with McMath a little bit, like the keeper for Real Salt Lake. Like, I don't know, man. Just I feel like he was making mistakes too that he normally wouldn't make. But
He was the
Anyway.
lowest rated player in Foot Mob in
Was he?
MLS that week. Yeah, I think so. I think Eli made a
Bro.
post about it.
and that's a regularly a great keeper, at least week over week. Like
Yes.
he's been really good for Salt Lake. So it's just a weird week for them. But Dallas getting 3 goals on the top dog, I'll take it. It's just like, man, the 1 point.
The thing is going into the game, you probably would take a tie, but how it ended up panning out, you probably wouldn't have taken the tie.
Facts. I said it on this show last week. I told who's on Honda Hector. Literally, I was like, if we go into this and we draw, I will consider this a moral victory. And we did, but it felt like an L. I'm inclined to put
Who
them
would
right
have
there.
thought you would give up a 3-0 lead? So
Not
Who
me.
would have thought you guys would have been there?
The second best team in the West last season defensively, giving up a 3-0 lead was not on my bingo card. I will tell you that confidently. But neither was us being up 3-0 in Real Salt Lake. So, yin and yang, I guess. I think that was pretty short and sweet. We'll leave it there. Ferreira's supposed to be coming back sometime soon. He is questionable against LA Galaxy tomorrow. So we'll see how that one nets out. We'll talk about it during the predictions. All right, Atlanta United, or as Hector would say, Hot Atlanta. How are we feeling about
That's more like
Giacomo-
Atlanta right
Bottom
now.
of
not so hot.
Remontada.
especially with Yakimakis, the rumors of him going to Cruz
They're
Azul.
freezing,
I
bro.
put him bottom of
They're freezing, man.
Remontada.
bro? If they lose him, and maybe they lose Almada in the summer, are we just like
Then they're fast forward.
2023?
Yep, they're even below fucking New England at that point.
Holy shit, bro! That would actually be crazy. Because I mean, where are they right now on the table? They're in 12th place.
12th, yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. They did not win a single game in May, dude. Pineda is going to be sacked. Like, it has to be.
I
at some
mean,
point.
he's been wanting. I think AJ's kind of been wanting that.
yeah,
They just
he has
fucking
to be.
hated Gonzo's guts since like day one. I
Hey,
think.
but U.S. Open Cup.
That's true. That
true.
PK shootout, though, that saved his job, I think, a little bit. Had they gone down to the Charleston Battery in the Open Cup, I think that might have been the nail in the coffin for Pineda. I think that would have been like, well, you're out. But now they make it to another round. So that's the catch-22 with Atlanta fans right now.
It's like the same thing with Schmetz, too. I think for both of them, like the Open Cup's kind of keeping their job alive.
Nico Estevez, FC Dallas, too, bro. You can see it with all these teams. Sporting Kansas City advancing. Vermees is on the hot seat. It's like all these fucking...
There's
all these bottom teams.
Miami is next for them too.
Like if you think your club's down bad, there's another club that's down bad. Like honestly, there's so many down bad teams this year. It's ridiculous.
It's wild. It's actually wild. Speaking of down bad, Sporting Kansas City, bro, they have.
I think
they have.
Really, you think so? But I could still see the potential where they could plot together. Though.
Show me where.
Russell. Oh, never mind. Actually,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, I don't know, man. Does Pulido move at all? Like is anyone gonna maybe make a trade for him? Maybe
if SKC are smart, they could.
He's 33. I feel like he's kind of stopped trying for Kansas City at this point.
You know who's gonna be calling the phone, right?
Yeah, Liga.
Chivas gonna be calling that phone back. Chivas gonna want it back.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm just surprised like another MLS team like wouldn't make a move for him. Like, why wouldn't the Dynamo try and make a move for him? Granted, it would cost like
I don't know. Dynamo's down bad, but they ain't that down bad.
Bro, Pulido would score. They like Houston creates opportunities. Pulido would genuinely. I think hit the back of the
Notch and Pulido together. I think that would actually be not that bad of a combination.
I'm telling you, bro. I know he's 33. People lean on that shit so heavily. Like, oh, he's in his 30s.
Old. He's got his walker on it.
But bro, last season we saw that he still got it. He still got it.
33 is not old. I mean,
not crazy old. I mean, especially not MLS. MLS, you might as well be 25.
He's better than Rui Diaz. That's
true.
Say how it is.
That's fine. You think that hurts my feelings, but it really doesn't. Like, John thinks he's coming at me with something. Like,
right now.
That's true. Actually, Cheyenne has called Rui Diaz a hobo on the show before. So yeah. I don't know if that might.
I forgot about that one,
which is very offensive to the homeless.
Yeah, let's be honest, a little bit offensive. Yeah, I think Sporting Kansas City, bro. They didn't win. They straight L's across all of May.
So bad.
Kevincho will be back on the show at some point soon to maybe try and defend his team, but I don't even blame him for not wanting to come on because like there's nothing to talk about. Like they just haven't done anything. And
also, I want to say I love that the first live here at Goals TV was Kevincho watching the Houston Dynamo beat Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah, that was a great watch along. The first one on the Goals TV channel. Good for him, man. Good for Houston Dynamo. That was a crazy.
I haven't been happy since
the last dub the Dynamo got. Yeah, man. I don't know. They have 2 wins. They're really worse than the Earthquakes, worse than St. Louis, worse than Dallas.
I don't think we need to preface on this one anymore.
Yeah, I think it's there. They're good to go. Minnesota United
on the right track.
Playoff worthy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of
the only problem is. If they need Pookie to fucking get off the bum list. As soon as he gets off the bum list, I really think they're playoff worthy. I truly do.
Nah, I think the striker that they have right now is too potent, bro. Like they're good.
No, I know. I'm not saying like, oh, start Pookie over. I forgot how to pronounce his name, but
yeah.
I'm saying if Pookie starts cooking, they are a playoff worthy team. To have that firepower, like that's a good sign.
No, man, Cheyenne just wants the Pookie party.
I do. I fucking rate Pookie. I've said that many times.
And to be fair, like I know there's been like some content on the timeline like saying that he's kind of been like you said like a bum so far, but like I actually when I watch him play, the missed opportunities, yes, but he still creates a lot of space for other players, and they're still scoring as a team. Like imagine when he gets going. That's
what I'm saying. Like they're so close. If he starts firing as well, like that's why I would put him on the right track.
But then if a team this good right now, right? 25 points, second in the West, Dude, 4 off Real Salt Lake. If they're not playoff worthy, then are we only picking the very top dogs of each conference to be playoff worthy? I feel like they're already kind of if they keep going, they're already a shoe.
The thing is, we've seen this with Minnesota, though. They do have stretches of being really hot, and then the wheels can fall off very quickly and very easily. I could be wrong. Granted, a lot of that always has to play in part with Reynoso, this and like external drama. Maybe once Reynoso is now gone.
He has to be done.
It's not even.
No, he is gonna be done. I'm saying, but once he's like officially off like Minnesota's map.
The minute the minute that video surfaced of him with Homie and the gun, like and the money, like I was like, bro, he's done. Ain't no way he's even coming back.
It's
to MLS.
Just so random. What was
South America's wild, bro?
Took a page from John Morant.
Yeah, bro. It's I don't know. He's
no wonder Tijuana's picking him up. That's crazy, bro.
Is that what it is? Is that serious?
Yeah.
Who is?
Apparently they're gonna pick him up.
And TJ as a city, probably the perfect place for that man. Probably the perfect spot. Like in all honesty, bro. Like I'm sure
perfect,
love it.
I will pray for Reynoso.
Yeah, at the same time, he can go one of two ways, right? But at the same time, perfect for him. So okay. So do you think they're on the right track and above NYCFC on that tier?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right, man. I feel like
I guess.
if they have another month like May,
Sure, then they're playoff worthy.
I think we have to put them up there.
Yeah.
Have to put them up there. All right, Toronto, sixth
Honestly,
place right now.
I know you guys love using that word, but Toronto are dogs, and specifically the certain players on their team.
Herdman, man, the Herdman effect. I think he's gotten the best out of these players so far, but they're also conceding as many goals as they score.
Yeah,
they're literally 7-1-7, 24-24 on the goal differential.
Top of mid as fuck.
I believe they're higher than Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're higher than Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said top of mid as fuck.
Yeah, top of mid, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that they have strong potential to be on the right
track. They
went
toe-to-toe with Cincinnati. Like, that has to say something. And they lost, but
they were in this tier, keep in mind, in the month 2 power rankings. They were on the right track.
I still think they are, but
they lost to NYCFC, good team. They lost
happened.
to Nashville 2-0. That kind of hurt them.
Yeah, that was kind of a...
They beat Montreal 5-1.
Nail biter. Yeah, they smacked Montreal. But they lost a nail biter at home to Cincy 4-3.
Yeah, let's just keep them there.
We'll keep
Galaxy.
They got a good set of games. Maybe if this next month, they pick up the pace, they start winning more, then
they will. It just is going to take time, man. This is a big project for Herdman. I think the pieces are slowly starting to fall in place.
Yeah, it will. I think so. But right here's not a bad spot. The Galaxy, who have also somewhat kind of taken, I guess, somewhat of a back.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd put them even below Minnesota for me personally, just because of how a little bit of a dip off.
We had them in playoff worthy, and then 4 straight draws have happened since then.
I would put them below NYCFC.
Yeah,
below,
I feel like on form, just based on what NYCFC's been
just based on form.
Given what they also have too, if you really think about it, I feel like NYCFC is a little bit higher up, just because you expect Galaxy with, I guess we at the beginning of the year we didn't have that many expectations for them in terms of how dominant performances they were going to have.
Yeah,
but
I think Miguel Berry's the best striker in the league.
All right, take him. Hey,
I would take him.
For Ruidiaz.
Hey, you can have Morris. We'll take Barry.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, see.
That's
look at that.
Hey, remember when we were talking about mid trades a couple weeks ago? This is a very mid trade too.
Yeah, like neither team really wins. It's like all right, cool.
I think we're
nobody got better, but nobody got worse.
Yeah, nobody got worse.
I think we got better. Getting Morris off the books with his fucking high ass wages. That'd be great.
That's the only place that you'll probably look at trades like that and be like, all right, if somebody won on the books, that was a W.
You can go to LAFC for all I care, man.
Damn, that's a shout. All right, FC
win an MLS Cup.
Imagine the scenes when he flexes on the Galaxy fans. It's crazy. FC Cincy,
playoff worthy.
Yeah.
I think that's the first playoff worthy team for sure. I think they're just right now. They look clinical. They're not flashy, but they're clinical. And the only team right now they can probably challenge Miami in the East at the moment. LAFC
mid.
Ooh.
That's kind of a hot take, no?
I would say this: how much impact do you think Giroud's going to have?
But they have been playing good.
How much impact do you think Giroud's
I think they're just a mid team.
Giroud will have impact because they of course, right? He knows how to score. He's going to get net goals. Their only loss in the month of May came to the Quakes.
Yeah, so
they beat Atlanta, which is in St. Louis and Vancouver. They destroyed them.
That was decent.
I would say above Galaxy. I would say Honda. I'm sorry, respectfully. I think they're above Galaxy.
No.
What? No.
That's crazy.
No, that's John. I'm sorry. You're just on fucking crack after that one.
No. Hold on.
First of all,
they lose to San Jose, right? Away.
I get they lost to San Jose, but they also picked up more points.
They beat Vancouver, which again their form was dipping.
Sure, maybe let's put them below Toronto as mid as fuck.
Okay, I don't think I would go.
I don't know about that. That seems a little bit low.
How is it low?
I would put the top of it.
I'm not putting them above the Galaxy. Like as bad of a form as the Galaxy had.
I would do top of mid. I think Galaxy are I know there's the whole head-to-head El Tráfico, but for me, it's such a big derby that like you can't take form into that.
But
right?
that game should have ended in a
Bro, a
fucking
referee
draw.
call, man, getting that win. I don't
Yeah,
count that shit.
it is what it
They
is.
got-
But that's
but
why I don't look at that. I don't focus on that. I look at the rest
Okay,
of
but
the
you got to
results.
look at the points that they got. They got what was it 9 points out of a possible 12? Like that's
Dude,
True,
John,
but
that's
they,
already
so they closed the
Freaking
gap,
horrible
but they
team.
were the gap was bigger between them. You know, I think. Up
okay.
to
Well
this
then,
point.
I wouldn't consider that mid.
They are mid, bruh.
I
You
wouldn't
losing
consider
to
that
San
mid.
Jose, you are
I'd say
mid.
they're behind Galaxy.
But weren't you
For
just
me,
talking
what?
good about San Jose?
Yeah, so what?
See,
True.
so then back up your point a little bit and put them a little higher than that.
I
Hector, what
did.
do
I
you
put them
think?
on top of mid. Originally, I said
I
I
did
love
too.
Top of mid is too
Toronto.
low.
I'd
Dude,
agree.
Their
behind
defense
Galaxy.
is too
I'd
inconsistent.
agree
They are
behind
too
Galaxy.
inconsistent of a team. When they go up against the big dogs, they play like middies. When they play against shitty teams, they play okay. They have the odd big win. They have the weird big loss. Like this is a mid
Listen,
team.
I'm not gonna.
Bro, they
argue for
barely
LAFC.
beat Atlanta United. That's all I'm saying. And
I'm not gonna argue for LAFC. If you guys want to
John,
put
just
in there,
admit you're an
fine, but
LAFC fan. We get it.
I'm not.
Kim,
I'm not even
Hernan,
trying to shit. Like
Oh, that's for you.
I'm just being honest. That the points speak for themselves. Like
That's why they're top of
I think
mid.
that's gotta count.
Yeah.
It did count.
I put them behind Galaxy and freaking.
Nah,
on
they
the right
ain't on
track.
the right track yet.
See, that's
But
fine. You can put them behind Galaxy.
Too many
I'm cool with
question
that.
marks for me.
This is where we had him in the last video.
Perfect.
This exact location.
That's where they belong. Hector agrees. Look at him. Look at his face. He agrees.
Hector,
No,
mid?
I
I'd
did
like
say
to put
mid.
us
I
off
said
on
mid.
the UFC
Okay.
fans.
Yeah,
Okay.
see?
That's fine. We'll leave it there for now.
Okay.
That's totally okay.
All right.
Inter
Fair enough.
Miami.
Playoff. I don't even think this is a
Playoff
question.
worthy.
That's not a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
No.
not a
Aren't they?
question.
Aren't they also waiting to see if Di Maria is gonna come in the summer or
Yes.
January?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Less the set, the better for this team.
Di Maria's gonna
Sergio
carry
Roberto
Messi
will probably also.
up. Let's go.
Apparently,
Let's
Luka
go.
Modric too.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you,
What?
man.
How the fuck? This is my question. How the fuck are they getting all these players within the salary? Like, I get they
If
lost
I was a
fuck
Chicago
ton of
Fire fan,
Gambit
I'd
Jam.
be pissed because they could pay that money that they're paying Shaqiri for one of these players that Miami are getting.
I know, but
He
I
wants
just think
money.
about it from a roster construction standpoint.
I
Where the
don't
fuck
know,
are they
man.
getting all this money?
I don't know.
We're living in Miami's world now.
Is there not like a nationality fucking thing that they have to?
Yeah,
abide by?
they got
International
Where are they
roster
gonna
slots.
play
Yeah,
them?
international roster slots. Yeah.
Where
Dude,
the fuck?
Messi's basically American after he spoke his first words.
I'm
today.
telling you, Don Garber's looking the other way. Like it is what it is, and it's not going to stop with Di Maria. I think they're going
You mean
to
like
bring
commercial for Bad
they'll bring
Boys?
David De Gea to replace Calendar. They'll bring Sergio Roberto
That's
in at
fucking
some
crazy.
point. Like it's going to be crazy. So, and that's if Griezmann doesn't sign with Miami. I don't know where he's going.
He's coming to
I feel like
Seattle.
he's
He
gonna
likes
go
the
to LA,
Mariners.
either one of the LAs.
Griezmann is never going to play on that turf. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, well he
You know
likes
where
the
he's gonna
Mariners,
play?
so
I did
Hey,
see that pick. That was wild.
I'm just saying the guy likes basketball, so it might be somewhere in
go
California.
with
dude,
you.
no one's going to the Fire. I'm
I go
sorry.
with
No, I said it's somewhere in California. Did you not hear what I just said?
Bro said basketball was like, bro, he's not a Bulls fan.
But the Bulls aren't even that good either.
They're not even good. That's why I said
Yeah.
California.
Okay, my bad.
He's gonna go
But,
wherever LeBron
you
goes.
say
That's what
California,
he's
man.
gonna do.
Yeah, Miami's going
He's
to
gonna go
run.
to Dallas
No,
Mavericks.
No, he
There you
goes
go.
wherever Derrick Rose goes.
Okay, there you go.
And that he does. And Derrick Rose is a Chicago Bulls legend.
Isn't he with the Knicks right now?
Yeah.
I don't know
even
where he
he's
plays. All
playing.
right, I don't know much about basketball. That's the best I could give you guys.
All right, moving on from the NBA talk. Portland Timbers.
Remontada
I don't know.
potential.
I mean, I'd rather go back to the NBA talk.
Facts, bro. Facts. I actually think where do we have them last? We had them at remontada potential, but fucking
Honestly, don't know how they.
we'll leave them there. Are they
Some
above the
wins,
Quakes?
some losses.
Are they above the
They
Quakes?
beat the Quakes, yeah, in a very dramatic
Well,
game.
They're above
Minnesota.
Yeah, they're above Dallas on the table, so I'll put them here. I'll
That's
put them
fine.
here.
That's
They're
fine.
above St.
They
Louis
lost to
too,
Seattle.
actually.
They lost to
Bro,
Charlotte.
fuck
They're
it.
above St. Louis on goal difference.
Actually, fair. That's actually a really good point. Damn, that's they got more wins. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it to Portland. We'll put it here again. It's so neck and neck. Doesn't really matter anyway. The Red Bulls.
Had a rough
I'm
month.
not you guys.
They did, but I also feel like they're still on the right track a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're a mid team, in my opinion.
Either's
I would
fine
put them
with
right
me.
there.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
mean,
That's fine.
it wasn't a great month for them though.
2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. If that wasn't a great month, then we gotta take back the words we said about who was it?
Hey, I agreed with you. I agreed with you. I agree
not,
with
not,
you.
not, not talking to you specifically. I'm just saying in general, right? Like
There's
Yeah,
there's
he's talking about you.
had exact
Timberland
same
and
record in
UCLA,
Yeah,
May.
Hector.
so-
Hector,
Yeah,
why are
Hector,
you
you
even
son of
bringing
a
that up?
bitch.
Come on, man.
I like the Red Bulls. I think they had a weird month, but I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Real Salt Lake.
Playoff.
Yeah, play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they above Cincy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, dogs.
Dogs. Orlando City. Remontada?
Remontada potential.
Yeah, remontada potential. I even saw it from the last
Right,
one, I think.
right.
I think above Portland.
Right.
Above
over.
Portland?
Yeah, over
Just
one.
a smidge.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
because they have
DVD,
they have
championship
a decent
DVD
roster.
moment right here. This is the championship DVD starts.
Yes, let's get it, baby. All right. Seattle Sounders.
Top of
Remontada.
fast forward.
Playoff worthy. All right.
Did
Let's
you say
go
top
to-
of fast forward?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like Nashville has a
argue.
little bit more hope, but
That's
they have one. I mean,
Nah.
Seattle has one more win than they do, I think. Yeah, Seattle has one more win than they do at the moment.
That's
But
fine.
also easier conference. Seattle did take down
Portland and St. Louis.
yes, Portland, St. Louis. They lost to Salt Lake 2-0, tied Vancouver, tied the Galaxy. Interestingly.
Here's the
one-
question, though. Has Atlanta even had a good result?
What?
Well, they still got the players. That's the thing. That's the only thing keeping them afloat. But as soon
They
as those
still
guys,
have Yakomakis and
if
Almada.
those
Oh,
guys
yeah,
ship
even
out,
still,
they're
like-
so fucked. They were so fucked.
True. So there's no
I'm just
opportunity
saying
for
Seattle
Seattle
has
to
had
come
a better month than Atlanta.
No, we ain't remontada.
No,
There you
I'd
go.
I'd bring Atlanta down below Seattle.
No,
you're-
again, we
oh.
just said because they have these guys still. As soon as they leave, we'll move them down. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. That's fine. That
Alright.
works for me too. But I agree with Honda. I think that the
They're close, man. They're hanging on the
right
edge.
now, even with those players, it's like
No, they're hanging on the edge.
it's
I
neck
agree.
and neck. But yeah, I'm fine with that. With that, it also makes the Chiefs a little more symmetrical. And then finally the Crew.
Playoff worthy.
Yeah, it's the only place where there's a
Don't even think
chance.
about it, Jose. Just move the cursor.
It's just interesting because like
It doesn't matter. Stats don't matter for Wilfred Nancy. We live
true,
in his
true.
world of
I
tactics.
agree with you. I agree with you.
Once they're done
I
with
mean,
the CONCACAF Champions League, they're gonna shoot right up.
They're focused on Triple C right now.
All right, we'll keep in the back of it then.
Triple C.
I would too. I would too. I don't blame them for that.
If you had a chance to win it, yeah, you would focus on it.
You don't think they have a chance against Pachuca?
No, I'm saying if you have a chance to
No.
win it, you
Oh,
of course
yeah,
will
you
focus
gotta
on
do it.
CCL.
There's just very few MLS teams that have actually done it.
I don't know. Part of me, this is very bad, and this might be a confession thing. Part of me doesn't want to see Columbus win it
I
because I
knew
want
it.
Seattle to
I
be.
knew it.
Fuck off! Let me finish.
I
man.
knew it, bro. Anyway, go ahead.
Part of me
Scumbag.
doesn't want to see them win it because I want Seattle to be the only team to make that 2025 FIFA Club World Cup as like one of the winners. I think that'd be so cool. But at the same time, I don't mind if I have no beef with Columbus. They make my dreams come true.
He's got beef. Don't get that shit twisted. He's got
Hey,
beef.
what are you
They
talking
don't want
about,
y'all
man?
to win. Hear that shit.
And Crew fans, keep in mind, he also probably doesn't even want the Crew to win because he wants to be the last MLS team to win it, right? For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
For the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, he wants it to be Seattle and Inter Miami.
True.
You're a secret Messi fan as well, as Jose.
Nah, dude.
Well,
I
first of all,
don't
there's no
care.
secret about that. I will get Messi tatted on my body at some point.
That's absurd.
Oh no, Cheyenne's a
not
secret.
absurd.
Yeah.
I'm not.
surprised his-
How am I
I'm
secret
surprised
Messi
his
fan?
not
He was
big.
he literally served me my first heartbreak in the 2014 World Cup when he scored that stupid 90th minute goal against Iran.
My man. The GOAT. All right. Well, look, this is our tier list. I think this is good. I actually wouldn't move anybody. I think
No.
the one questionable one that just has me teetering right now is LAFC. But outside
That's
of that,
what
because
I'm
like
saying. If
Red Bulls and
they
LAFC,
had a
how
better
close are
month.
they? How close are they as teams?
They had a better month.
All right,
I'll
let's
put 'em
move
behind
on.
the
Good talk.
Galaxy.
Let's good talk. Let's move on.
They had a better month. I don't
We'll
know.
see. I think June will have a lot in store for all of us. This week specifically has a lot of games in store for us. Matches on the horizon for midweek, Wednesday, which is tomorrow at the time of recording. It'll be same day at the time of publishing of this video, and then we have the weekend matches ahead. So in a couple games, things could change pretty quickly. But this is our tier list. All right, let's go ahead and move into quick fire predictions, boys. I'll stop sharing my screen, and we'll tee everything up, and we'll get out of here. All right, so let's start off with Montreal versus DC.
That's
Draw.
easy.
Draw.
Bro, I have DC 1-0.
I can see that happening, but
DC's
again,
away.
I'm gonna go with draw.
I
Yeah,
actually have, as a teaser, by the way, I have a 50% away team win rate for Wednesday's matchups this week.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have half of the away teams coming out with the dub. So
Must be a
might be a
boring draw.
bold pick. I don't really know, but we'll see. We'll find out. Everyone's DC all the way around.
I went draw.
I took a draw.
I would draw.
Hector,
DC.
damn, a lot of draws, and me and Hector are on the ledge. I'll take it. You guys are riding the fence pretty hard over there. Cincinnati versus Nashville.
Cincy.
Cincinnati.
All the way.
Cincy.
Cincy 2-1. I agree. I think we're all in the same boat there. Miami hosting Hotlanta.
Fuck me.
We don't
Miami.
even gotta say
Oh,
it, man.
Yeah.
Miami.
3-0.
Let's go, Atlanta, bro.
whoa.
Yeah, Miami.
Dude, that-
Come on now.
dude, this
Hey,
could be
Hector,
like
don't say
like a
Atlanta.
5-0. This could be like a 5-0 type
Why
of
are
game.
you picking Atlanta?
No, I'm saying Miami's gonna win, but
I said
Well,
Hotlanta,
AJ
but
something
I'll
else.
take it.
Hotlanta.
AJ has
Okay,
something
there you go.
For the vibes, bro. For the vibes.
Uh,
This is the game where I'll get it right. Miami should shit on them. If Atlanta pulls off an upset here, I will be shocked. The whole league will be shocked.
unless Miami go with the third team, which I doubt.
But
I really
still,
don't.
bro. I mean, I don't know, man. They went without like all of the Barca boys and still pulled out a dub on the road in Canada. So, yeah, I still think Miami wins this one. All right, Red Bulls hosting Charlotte.
Red Bulls.
New York
Red
Red
Bulls
Bulls.
2-1 for me. Everyone has Red Bulls. All right. Philly hosting Toronto.
Toronto.
I'm gonna go with Toronto. It might be questionable, but
I'm
Toronto.
going with a draw.
No, I have Toronto 2-1. Draw
I
from
can
John.
see-
Okay,
I can
Hector.
see a draw, but Toronto.
Toronto.
Everyone else said Toronto.
All right, here we go. Austin hosting Portland.
Give me Austin.
Portland.
Portland, fuck Austin. No.
Draw.
Okay.
I actually have, bro, get this. I have Austin 3-1.
Jesus.
I know. I just think that Portland can't, bro. They couldn't stop a rec team.
It's away
right
from
now.
home
Like,
as
fucking
well.
crazy. And to the Q2. So I say 3-1.
Do you think this game might get canceled because of the weather?
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I don't think so. I think the games might still play on, but we'll find out. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like in South Texas tomorrow. I guess we'll see. But Texas has been wild weather-wise. You would think the world's fucking ending with how the weather has been down here in Texas, bro. It's been crazy. Tornado after tornado and shit. It's wild.
Hail.
Hail, apple-sized hail. Like, good lord,
Oh
bro.
my God.
I know, man. Texas is wild this time of year. Chicago hosting Orlando.
Give me a draw.
Orlando, baby.
Orlando.
John cleared his throat and goes Orlando.
Orlando.
I'm actually, I'm taking. I was gonna say I'm actually taking Chicago.
Draw.
I've backed your boys enough and gotten shit on, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
no,
don't
really.
get shit on even more. I won't let you do that for yourself.
I'll give him a draw. I'll give him a draw though. They're
Give him a
at
draw. Anybody else giving him a draw?
I said draw.
Draw off Xiaoyan. Okay, Hector.
Orlando.
Damn. Oh, those are his boys though. That's his pick. Of course. Rest of the season, that's his pick. Houston hosting Colorado.
home. Give me Houston.
Colorado.
This one's gonna be a weird one.
This will be a weird one, I think.
Give me
Draw.
Houston. I feel like
Look at him. He's back to the draw after the Galaxy game, man.
This
Come on,
fucking
man.
draw trend that Houston's on, or that Hector's on, bro, is insane. Like he's just it's draw.
Hey,
like,
he went
like,
Houston
4
for
weeks in a
one
row.
game and they lost. So you know what?
That's
He's
true.
back to the
That's
drawing
true.
board.
So
Every time I
get
pick
it.
Houston, they lose. So
I'm going
Draw.
Colorado.
apparently, I can't believe in them.
I'm gonna say
Houston.
Colorado 2-1. Colorado
Yeah.
2-1 for me. I think it's
Colorado.
gonna be interesting. Yeah. Sporting Kansas City hosting Vancouver.
Draw.
KC.
Draw.
Who'd you say?
KC
Draw.
have to win at some point.
I said KC.
KC, draw for Xiaoyan. Honda.
KC, they have to win at some point. I feel like this
Yeah.
one's it.
Hector.
Give me Vancouver.
Yeah, I think they have to win at some point, but this week will not be it. I have Vancouver. 1-0. Galaxy hosting FC Dallas.
Galaxy.
I actually recorded a preview for this earlier today. It was pretty good.
Galaxy.
This one's actually kind of
Galaxy.
difficult. Dallas, they tied 3-3.
Dude, Honda, stop it.
I'm just saying.
He's gonna be like, if
Dallas
Miguel
usually
Berry
always
starts, we're
is
fucked. Then
difficult.
Miguel Berry scores a brace, and he's like,
Ricky Puig was scarred from Bill Nelson yelling at him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go
More
Galaxy.
importantly,
But
I look at the games like this between MLS 1.0 clubs a little more historically. We went to Galaxy last season, granted a different Galaxy team, beat them 4-1 in Carson.
I'm going still Galaxy.
I
I'm
have
going
Galaxy
Galaxy.
because I have 2-1 just because of where Galaxy is right now. But if it's a draw, it would not surprise me whatsoever. So especially defensively on the counter.
Dallas is just a different beast against Galaxy in general. It doesn't matter the forms they're in.
Galaxy fans from everything I've heard about the timeline are actually a little bit nervous about this. So this should be interesting. It's gonna be a good game. So we have Galaxy all the way around.
Yep.
All right, Galaxy it is. Seattle hosting Real Salt Lake.
Give me my dogs.
Seattle making the
Give me my
upset. No, I'm
dogs.
kidding. Real
That's
Salt Lake.
crazy.
Lumen Field.
RSL. RSL.
Dude, we have only one win so far this season at home.
Hey, but the turf might fuck up Arango's shot or something. You don't know, bro. I mean,
Maybe it's another 3-3 draw, just like they did with
yeah,
Dallas.
against Dallas. The elements they favor you guys a little bit, I think.
For one game.
It happened, bro. Bro, they were
That's all
down
you need.
3-0 at
All
one.
you need is one game.
Yeah, it's it. It's just one game.
This game.
And
I'm
it's a
gonna
midweek game. A midweek
I'm gonna
game,
go-
bro.
I'm gonna go with the draw.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna take RSL 2-1. I think it's be close.
No one's even. I love you guys try to hype me up into psyching me into
It's your
picking Seattle.
team,
No one
brother.
else.
It
is
is
gonna-
literally your
I know.
team.
I said a draw. That's not a bad.
Your
like,
channel is called Rave Green TV. I need you to rave green, Xiaoyan. I need you to rave it. All right. I need you
I
to back
did.
that.
Listen, your team is not as down
I
bad as
backed this
Chicago.
in the
Right?
match
If it
against
were like
Portland.
John's, then I would let you have the loss. but-
Facts. If you were down, or you know,
Damn, Honda, why am I catching strays? Especially for you.
if you were a Revs fan, I would let you do.
Sorry,
Let you
Chicago
rock
let
a
me
little
down
bit.
too much.
Ain't
as well,
no
too,
way.
man.
Okay, I think it's Salt Lake all the way around. Minus Xiaoyan, which if it's a draw, bro, you nailed it. You might have nailed it. We'll see. And then finally, the late night banger. This is going to be game of the night. LAFC hosting Minnesota United.
Give me Minnesota. Give me the Loons.
Give me draw. Give me electric
LAFC.
draw.
LAFC midweek.
Yeah, LAFC's at home.
I got 2-2 draw. I think it's gonna be a banger. I can't wait for this game. I'm gonna stay up for this one. It's gonna be a good one. I'm liking this one on paper a lot. I
don't
hope
see
Minnesota wins.
losing. I really don't see Minnesota losing.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I think it's gonna be a draw,
Minnesota
but it is BMO, and right, the 3-2-5-2. We'll see what happens. But I could see a scenario where Minnesota can even pull off the upset, and that would be wild.
Yeah.
Especially considering how much John's now back in LAFC just in general. So we'll see how that one kind of goes. But that's it, lads. Those are our predictions, man. I had a really great time with this episode, and if you did tuning in, you got to this point of the episode. Guys, do us a favor. Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel. Weekly MLS predictions on Wake Up MLS here on the Goals TV YouTube channel. If you're brand new to any one of our episodes, go to our backlog. Check them out. We feature a ton of independent content creators on this show week in and week out. All right. So from everybody here at Wake Up MLS, my name's Jose. That's Hector. That's Xiaoyan. That's Honda. That's John. We'll catch you guys next time.